open a file, myfile.txt, and this will create a file in the same directory. So run this. See that here there's a file we got created. So if you want to create a file, you can use like this. Let's move on. If you want to open a file, okay, there's one file which is demo file, and if you want to open a file, print f.read. So it will read all the files and it will print also. So that file is not there, by the way. So what you can do, let me first show you that error. See that error. Now what I'll do using this command, I'll create a file first, and now name of the file, I'll just match it. This will be this will be return empty because nothing is there in the file. Now what I'll do, I will delete this. This file is there. I will feed some content. Now this code will open the file in the read mode, and whatever the read mode, it will store in here, and using read function you can read the file. So see, this is the content of the file. So like that you can play. This is reading the file. Now this is also, if you want to open a different location, you can use the full path and all. And if you want to write a file, you have to use the W. So create a new file content if does not exist. So here, so this line will create this file if it does not exist. So let me delete the remaining file. So now here the file got created. So like this, here if you want to close the file, and if you want to write a file, append some content. So see, this is the file appending what's content, this content, and closing it. So, and the file is demo file 2. See here some content. So this is the way you can write a file, append the file. This is the way you can read again file. This is also you can write a file. Okay. So what is the writing difference between appending and writing? So W, if you say, it will overwrite the content if it is there. Append, it will end of the line, it will add it. So that's the difference between writing and all. Again, reading, writing, and so on. So are you understanding, all of you? How do we read and how do we write? All of you?
Yeah, good to me.
Yeah. Now, how do you see that if that reading and writing, and before that you checking the files, it is exist or not? So see here condition, if os.find each file is available, print this file, else does not exist. Like that you can do the check also and things like that. Now one thing I want to run it, and that is, just give me 2 seconds. This is important for all of you. This is, so how do we run external program using Python? So for that, you know what you have to use? You have to use OS module. Okay, this is inbuilt. So for example, look at this here. What I want to run here, I want to run this os.system. I want to run some command such as ls-la. Now ls-la, I don't think so it will run because it's a Windows, but if it is a Linux, it will run. So in the Linux, in the Windows, what it can do? So let me put it up here, mkdir Raju. So Raju directory, you see that here it's not there, right? So let me create it. So basically using this command, you can run any system command actually. That's an advantage here. So here if you see that, now let me check this, Raju has come or not. Here it is. So if you are trying to run some system commands, os.system you can use this module. Please remember that you need this code a lot of time. Okay, so that is something which you can do that. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Database operations, it's least you will do that because that's where the software engineers will do that. But yeah, if you really want to understand that, so here you have some examples of the code, and that is here. So I'll just explain it to you. So first thing, what you have to do, install the MySQL server. After that, this is a step number one. How to install it? Here is a tutorial. After that, you have to install the connector between the Python and then MySQL. So how do we install the connections? So this is using pip3. You are installing it. Now the question is, what is a pip3? So guys, pip3 is a package manager. Earlier we used to use it pip. Now we are using pip3. So now we'll say, Rajesh, what is the package manager? So nowadays, if you understand this, no one is writing a code. What they are doing it, they are calling the modules. That means module means the code written by someone else. They're downloading it and they're extending it. Okay, nothing else they're doing it. If you want to go for the location where you find the lakhs of free code, free module in Python, so that is called Python module type module, and the location is see, I forgot the name immediately. Directory. Mm, pip3. I something like that. It was from my pip3 registry. PYPI. This is the one. So guys, here you can find hell lot of code. See here. Uh, Not this one. This one. Here, hell lot of code. How many packages you have? Any idea? Look at this. More than 4 lakhs 21,304 packages. How many users has contributed it? How many codes has been written it? So it's tremendous. So now any packages which you want, you can install through the pip3, download through the pip3. So for example, let's say you want to install some chat functionality you're looking for it. So don't need to code for it. Just you go and here and then download it. So how do you download it? You need to write pip install chat. Now this pip is a command line utility. So pip is the command line utility which is you have installed pip3. Okay, let me just cancel. I cancel this. So now I will just download this pip install chat. So now from this website, this code will be downloaded in your local environment, and from there you can extend the program and then incorporate in your software. So without writing a code, you got to know everything. So this is the same concept you will have in every programming language. For example, in Java, we have Maven. We have a Maven, which is a dependency manager. In Python, we have a pip. We have a composer in PHP. So like that you have in different languages. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah. So Rajesh, this is for the Linux machines, right?
No, this is for Windows. I'm running in the Windows, no, right? It can run. See, these languages are not like Linux or Windows. You can develop in Linux, you can develop in Windows. It's up to you. I'm showing in the Windows, same program will work in the Linux also.
Okay.
Okay, so when you install the Python 3, you will have a pip installed already. So pip is being used for the package managers. So like that. So yeah, I was talking about something. Yeah, so I was telling you my how do you do that? So here you are installing this connector. This is nothing but the code actually. Okay, and after that you have to check the MySQL connection, then create a database, create a table, insert a rows, read the rows, update the rows, delete the rows, and where is the command for it? So here is a some of the commands you have here. So this is one command which will check. See here, after installing the connector, here you have to import that one, others this program will not work. And from here you are extending the program from MySQL import error, import this one, and from here you are extending the program. So here you're saying, hey, this is the username and password, test these connections. If connection is connected, print this one, not connected, print this one, something like that. So this is just to check the connection. After that, how to create a database? So this is to create a database. How do you create a table? So here creating a table. This is the SQL statement. How do you read that table or whatever it is? You want to do the reading the table. Here, how do you update the table? So here you are updating the table. See, inserting the table. How do you what you are doing here? Printing here, printing you are doing, and closing. Yeah, here printing you are doing. So like that, here you can do that. See here, this is updating the stuff, and so on. So this is also where you can do that, and it will help you. Any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the idea behind this session is to just make you comfortable with Python environment, and I'll give you 5 scripts I'll share with you. You need to write for me. Okay. Don't try to copy from the Google because you will find something there. Try to find out your own logic actually. Okay. Try to learn from this approach and then try to write it and try to find out the problem rather than solution. For example, you may try to find out the function, that is okay. But if you want to search for the same similar code and then copy paste and modify this one, that is not good. Initially, it's not good. Later on, you can do that. So I will send you the five code which will help you to do the some of the system monitoring and cleanup work and some reporting stuff and all, and those are stuff. So when you get a chance to do the system automations, you can immediately write a Python program within a few hours and complete the work rather than struggling for days and night. And okay, any questions anyone have?
Hi, Rajesh. Just wanted to check
Yeah.
what are the use cases where we would use Python. I mean, one I can think of is writing this Lambda in AWS. I see most of the codes are written in Python. Um,
Hmm.
why it's so popular, apart from the obvious reason that you know Python?
See,
Is it the speed?
Py Python is very popular not because of speed, but it's because of in Python 3 they have added lots of AI, artificial intelligence, and ML libraries. Okay, libraries, that means which I was talking about, PyPI, no? So they
Right.
have a lots of libraries they have added, which is available for every programmer. Just like just you download it and start using it. Simple. So because of that, many developers started loving it. So
I see.
earlier, if you look at the history of Python, we were using Python for the system programming. But because of lots of library recently got added, every developer started writing a software into that, web-based software. Okay, and again it's a oops concept, everything you have it community supported, and lots of library mathematics formulas, AI, ML, networking. And networking engineers love this Python because lots of libraries are available. You want to do anything, you don't have to write a code from scratch, you just download the library, start coding for it. So because of that it's become very popular. So no matter whether you are in a DevOps, SRE, or programming or QA, some or other time you will be experienced with the Python environment. Nowadays, people are writing a microservices in Python itself. Python and Go, that's our preferred language today's world.
Thanks, Rajesh. Very well explained. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions, guys?
Rajesh, I have one question. Like in terms of release management, it's we need to know like how these code and everything works, and that's the reason we have today's session.
Hmm.
But in the activity of like when the release is happening,
Hmm.
what will be the role of like what needs to be checked in Python or the background Java code or whatever? Because I understood that each of the developers will be fixing their own part of like the code from their end. But when the
Right,
release is
right.
happening, what is the
Yeah,
purpose of
correct.
this?
See, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you. That's I initially, earlier I told you. The idea is not to teach you the programming for software development. Okay, I'm not making you software developers. I'm trying to make you the DevOps or SRE engineers. So for that, what you need to do, see, you need to troubleshoot. Who's controlling Jenkins? You are controlling. Who's controlling deployment? You are controlling. Who's having the access to the operation and pre-production environment? You are having it. So now when you see the error, okay, you cannot simply say, hey, this is not my work, or this is the error, you are supposed to fix it. Means you are telling to the programmer. You are trying to find out the root cause of it. If it's because of the programming issue, you should fix it. Maybe because of environment issue, you should fix it. I mean, you should not fix it. And if it's because of environment issues, you should fix it. Now, how do you know who will take up a call? You cannot simply say, okay, I got error, you fix it, you do whatever you want. You cannot say, in a DevOps culture, you cannot say, you have to do your homework also. Because earlier, what we used to do, any error, send it to the developer. That's not why we are being hired, actually. Why we are being paid high salary. Getting my points? We are being paid high salary because of, we should look at the logs, read the errors, find out the root cause analysis, submit the post-mortem to the team, and then they will fix it. So if you don't understand, let's say, Python, or if you don't understand Linux, you don't understand any other tools, then how do you troubleshoot? Getting my points? That's the one idea. Second idea is, maybe tomorrow your environment, you require some automation. Suddenly you will be asked to write some code. Now you will have to write a code in shell scripting or Python scripting. These are the preferred one. But many times what they will say, hey, listen, you can't write a shell scripting. Why? Because I'm going to run in Windows also, Linux also. If you write a shell scripting, I cannot run in the Windows. So what to do? Write in Python, because Python you can run in the Windows as well as Linux. Make sense?
Yes, Rajesh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys, any other questions? Okay, so after the coding, little bit of it, I'll give you the assignment, you have to do that. Next sessions will be a Git plus GitHub. So that you prepare, and I'll submit the assignment today evening, today night, and please do it, and then we'll get started from the next Saturday. Bye everyone.
Rajesh, Git, we have done it.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.